Alright, this is News 14 Carolina meteorologist Matthew East. I'm cutting this video here on Saturday morning, roughly about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to try to take a peek at what's ahead in terms of our potential snow event as we go throughout the day for today. This is off of the 6Z NAM. This was its estimated, what the radar would look like. Estimated reflectivity, simulated reflectivity, valid at 7 a.m. this morning. Now, obviously, the radar image I'm about to show you is a little bit after this point, but you get the idea. There's the model indicated or predicted what the radar would look like, and there is the actual radar image. And really not doing a terrible job, it appears, but certainly if you look at what precipitation fell back over the deep south last night, I really don't think any one particular model did a very good job at all with where and how much precip fell back off to our southwest. So at any rate, there's the radar right now. Let me show you some panels off of the 6Z NAM, and again, let's refresh you. This blue line, the lowest blue line you see right here, that's the freezing line up at 850 millibars. And while it's not a hard and fast definite rule, that's generally a good idea for where you can start looking for some type of rain snow line. And it is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon today, stretching from, say, roughly Monroe or Ansonville, North Carolina, on up to south of the Triangle. And notice the precipitation here beginning to fill back in and spread into our area. None of it overly heavy, but precip nonetheless, and most of that should be in the form of snow across much of western and central North Carolina. Now that's the NAM. Let me show you the RUC model. Now this is a little different time frame. This is in 3-hour increments we're looking. This begins at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is the previous 3 hours precipitation. And really most modeling indicating that right around the midday period we should see the radar echoes be pretty impressive over northeast Georgia, and that would then be what translates into our area. So there's the 3-hour precip on the RUC model through 1 o'clock this afternoon. And there you are through 4 o'clock this afternoon. And there you see that nice blossoming of that precipitation as it lifts on off to the northeast. And again, most of that from at least the I-85 corridor around that area on off to the west would be all snow. And really probably mostly snow for much of the Charlotte Triad and even up into the Triangle, though the heaviest precip on the RUC really not to the Triangle as of yet. And there you are at 7 o'clock this evening. That precip is pushed on through. It's beginning to pull out of the Charlotte and Triad regions. All right, there is the radar from right before I cut this video. That's the Greenville-Spartanburg NEXRAD site. This may be a little tough to see on the video, but right there is Interstate 85. And these radar echoes over northeast Georgia and the upstate of South Carolina are generally heading toward the southern Piedmont. Let's go a little farther southwest on our radar tour here down to Birmingham's radar site. Here's Birmingham right here, and then off to the south of Birmingham. This is heavy snow that's been falling over central Alabama, where a heavy snow warning is in effect. That's places like Chilton County, Alabama, over toward Bibb and Coosa, Alabama. Coosa County, rather, Alabama, and that's all lifting northeast. There's been a nice northeast trend with these radar echoes pushing toward northern parts of Georgia. There's the Jackson, Mississippi NEXRAD, and yes, even a heavy snow warning now in effect for southern parts of Mississippi this morning, and all that precipitation gradually lifting on off toward the northeast. So what I've done, this is still a really tough forecast to try to nail down, even though we're just hours away from the precipitation onset. I've scaled back my snow totals just slightly. And I'll say from the Interstate 85 corridor on eastward for the Charlotte and the Triad television regions, may begin as a brief period of rain, but whatever precip moves in, should quickly kick over to snow. In terms of snow amounts, I've scaled back my Charlotte region totals just a bit, down into the 1 to 4 inch range. And again, that's mainly going to be from, say, Gaston and Iredell County, a line from there on off toward the east. And up in the Triad region, I'll say 1 to 2 inches, although some spots may only get a dusting out of this. This is still a really tough call, though, and this is really just to the point we're going to have to watch the radars through the day and see how everything unfolds and keep you up to date. Keep watching News 14 Carolina on television all day. We will be there for you and track this system right along with you there at home. So that's it for this edition of East Weather Video. I'll be in the evening shift on air for the Charlotte television market today, and I hope to see you on TV. And everyone have a wonderful day, and God bless.